Hi everybody, I'm Bruce, and today what I wanted to do is start a solo adventure using the Mythic Emulator. So the first thing I was going to do is, using the Mythic Emulator, was I was going to roll up the idea of a character just to see what they're going to be like, what sort of attributes or features they'll have, their identity. So I've got it all lined up here. I've got Mythic on my tablet right here, and I've got a few bits of paper so I can take some notes, and I've got a percentile dice D100 here. Okay, so first I'm gonna do is roll for my character's appearance. So here we go. So first up, 86. That is stocky. And 87. Wow. And that is strange. So far we don't know too much, but I'll go to the next section. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start rolling for backgrounds. Okay, so got an 86. That's skill. Next up, he's got 93. Having a look over there, that is travel. He's stocky, strange. He's got some good skills and he likes to travel. Okay, so we're starting to build a little bit of a picture here. Next one is descriptors about the character. Okay, so let's see what we roll up here. We've got 99. We're getting really high rolls here. So that is wild. And next up, 29 and clean. Wild and clean. Perhaps he likes to do things, he's a bit on the wild side, but he gets away clean a lot of the time. Maybe that's what that means. So the next one's identity, so let's roll for that one. So we've got a 70, that is planner. Okay, likes to plan, likes to travel. And 87, that is servant. Planner, servant. That's interesting. Starting to create a bit of a broad story about this character. The next item on the list to check is their motivation. This is give them a bit of a flavour of how they sort of act during the game. So let's roll. 82 is risk. The question is, are they risk adverse or do they take risks? Let's see what the next numbers come up with. 33. 33 is devoted. So perhaps they're devoted to a goal even if there is risk. Next item on the list is their personality. So having a look at the Mythic Emulator. Alright, I'm going to roll. Okay, 56. Okay, irresponsible. And 23, committed. So 23 is committed. Alright. Okay, so the next item on the list is skills. So what I want to do is just use this as a bit of a guide of what sort of skills does the character have? What will they possess? Are they sort of more a magic user? Are they perhaps more of a sword fighter? Who knows? So let's roll the dice and see. 17 first up, that is combat. That's a very appropriate roll. Okay, next. Okay, next, let's see. We got 98, weapon. There you go, combat weapon. That certainly gives us an indication they like combat and they're quite skilled using a weapon. So we're going to have someone who's definitely focused on weapon fighting, but you could also take that as using archery and other skills like that. So not so focused on magical spells or anything like that. Now the last item on the list is traits and flaws. So let's have a roll of that just to round out the character. Maybe something for the character to consider when I'm playing, anything that might make them think twice about something. Let's see what the dice say. 57, that is mental. 57 is mental, so that doesn't bode very well on the first roll. Let's see what the second roll comes up. 68, passion. Okay, now that I've rolled up my character's background and identity, I'm thinking about what those different things mean. So first off is stocky and strange. So I think that might mean that my character is quite short, maybe really robust, muscular, strong. It's sort of so short and stocky that it's a little bit strange when people first meet him or her. Next is skills and travel. So I was thinking about that. That might mean that the character is a skilled traveler. So perhaps they're a ranger of some type. They're able to move over mountain terrains through forests with ease. So that's going to be some skills that I'll focus on including in my character. Next is their descriptors, wild and clean. So I think that goes with my statement. When they move through the wilderness, they go through the wild, they like to do it cleanly, they don't leave a trail. That really fills in or sits with that ranger idea that I was going for. Next is identity, planner and servant. So I feel like that suggests that this person is a servant to their goals. They plan things, whatever those things are, they become really focused on them. The next couple of descriptors like motivation, which includes risk and devotion, that suggests to me that they're risk takers and they're devoted to whatever that thing is, even if it puts themselves at peril. And I think that really continues to develop that same structure. They're really devoted to whatever their goal is, at their own personal safety or other people's safety potentially as well. Personality. And I really feel like these roles continue to reinforce this. They're irresponsible and committed. So whatever it is, that risk, they're committed to it. They'll go through it, put themselves and others at danger, even if they are aware that it's irresponsible and something they shouldn't do. The next one is skills, combat and weapon. I think that's pretty clear. This person's a skilled melee user or ranger of some sort that uses archery or a crossbow. So I'm definitely going to focus on skills in weapons, and I'll only have a few skills potentially in spells because I'd like this character to have a few abilities to heal themselves if they get caught, because they'll be by themselves essentially. And last but not least is traits and flaws, which is mental and passion. And that makes me think this character has some sort of, they're so passionate about whatever their goal is. They're so committed. They're going to be irresponsible in achieving it. They're going to be devoted to achieving it. And if they don't achieve it, then perhaps they're going to have some sort of mental breakdown. Something's going to snap and they could lose control. They could act wildly, irresponsibly, and who knows what could happen there. So I'm going to build that into the character and how they act during the game, hopefully, if the Mythic system gives me a chance. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually prepare my character. So I've got my character sheet here. So I've just turned on to the character creation. Now in this, for a normal character, it only uses 250, but because this is solo, I'm going to use from the core system 350 points to build my character, which is a seasoned warrior. It just allows you to have more points to buy more skills and more attributes so that your character is a little bit hardier for when they go out on their own. So normally when you're creating a character like this, you'll have a party and they can support each other, but that's not going to be the case here. I'm just going to have one character. So first up, I am going to start filling it out. Okay, so